and running. We do want to get to an updated information about the breaking news we've been following for you all morning long on Detroit's east side of a deadly house fire. Yeah, that house fire is on Helen Street, and sadly 3 people were found dead inside. Now there is an investigation underway into how they died. Local 4's Nick Monticelli is on the scene. He joins us now with the very latest. Nick.
Avrod, good morning to you. So the question this morning is whether or not these 3 men died as a result of the fire or if something happened before that and the fire was set intentionally. You can see behind me what is left of this home here on Helen, not far from 7 Mile Road in Van Dyke here on Detroit's east side. This is what it looks like with the sun up, obviously, but I want to show you some video here of what the scene was like when everything was still happening here. There were a lot of investigators from the Detroit Arson Squad, from homicide, as well as a canine brought in. Oakland County actually was called in to bring their canine in, who was trained to look for accelerants, sniffing around to see if something was used again, potentially as a intentionally set fire. Inside the home, 3 men were found dead, and we're told by Detroit firefighters that they were burned beyond recognition. They were all found in the living room of this home. And I know from the outside it doesn't look that bad, but trust me, this home is destroyed. There really isn't any square inch of this home that wasn't touched by fire out here. Now, the man, they say, who owns and lives here has been here for about 6 or 7 years. Neighbors say his name is Ron. He was a great guy. In fact, they loved having him in the neighborhood.
Man, Grady was the best guy in the world. He'd do anything for anybody, you know. He was he'd do anything for anybody. Yo, he'd go out of all his way and everything, you know. And he was a good guy, man.
Now, that same neighbor that we were talking to also believes that he saw somebody running away from the house as the fire was beginning. Now, of course, that's something the investigators are looking into. In fact, that neighbor is sitting in a detective's car right now, giving them the information that he saw. So again, you've got arson pulling up. Again, they're going to be out here all day long trying to figure out if this was an accident or if these men were killed. We're live here on Detroit's east side. Nick Monticelli, Local 4 News today.
Well, our thoughts are certainly with all of their families. Nick, thank you. The other breaking news we want to get to you is out of Salem Township this morning. That's where a home is destroyed by a fire there. It happened on Pontiac Trail near 5 and 6 Mile roads. Firefighters say that there was no power in the area and that the owner was trying to refuel a generator while it was running and it started fire. And the winds moved that fire quickly to the garage and throughout that house. Firefighters had a difficult time containing the flames because of those high winds. We're told, though, that no one was hurt.
Well, for 2 days, the group Detroit Will Breathe, they are going to regroup during that time. And this is all after leading 13 straight days of protests against police brutality and systemic racism in downtown Detroit. Now, as they have done each day, the group gathered on Wednesday as well, Wednesday afternoon, right there at Detroit Police Headquarters here in downtown Detroit. They then went on an abbreviated march due to the severe storms that were approaching. Despite the absence of the specific group, others are still going to be protesting.
When we come back Saturday, we come back strong, and that's for some of us, because some people are still going to show up tomorrow at 4, but we want to make sure that, you know, we have our minds about us, and because I think the thing that people are most concerned about is making sure, like, we have real substantive change, and we want to make sure that that happens too.
Taking 2 days off and come back and get everything in order. There are several protests and rallies that are still planned for today. There will be an anti-racism rally. That's at 3 this afternoon in Dodge Park. That's over in Sterling Heights. And then also at 4, the Breaking the 8 Mile Divide protest. That's going to happen in Detroit. And then at 5, a group is going to be gathering at Young Patriots Park, and that is in Southgate. Meanwhile, President Trump heads to Dallas today. That's where he's going to be meeting with police and religious leaders, but it's his rally in Oklahoma next week that is sparking a lot of controversy.
Let's get to Tracy Potts joining us now this morning from Washington with that. Also, efforts to remove symbols of racism there in Washington and the nation's military bases. Good morning, Tracy.
Rhonda and Evrod, good morning. Good morning, everyone. A big no from President Trump on renaming military bases in connection with all of this. And the president's getting some questions about the timing and location of his campaign rally next week.
We're with friends of mine. And
President Trump heads to Dallas today. He'll talk police reform with faith leaders and law enforcement. But it's his rally next week in Tulsa, Oklahoma, that's drawing criticism.
Beautiful new venue, brand new, and they're looking forward to it.
That rally, the first since the coronavirus pandemic, is scheduled on June 19th, Juneteenth, a day when African Americans remember the end of slavery, happening in a city where a white mob killed hundreds of black residents in 1921. The president also refusing to rename 10 military bases honoring Confederate generals. On Capitol Hill, Democrats want Confederate statues removed.
The individuals who are being honored by those statues, in effect, fought to keep people enslaved. I don't think that's something that we ought to honor in America.
Republicans are aiming to release their police reform plan Friday. Some think there's a chance for compromise with Democrats who want to ban chokeholds and create a national database of police misconduct.
You can say if you don't give us that information, you don't get money. I think people will change their behavior.
We cannot approach this debate by cherry picking one or two reforms and calling the job complete.
The first congressional hearing on reform featured the brother of George Floyd.
Justice has to be served.
Testifying and leading a march near the White House calling for justice. While there's a big focus right now on police brutality, police tactics in the African American community, there's also some concern about law enforcement that they may be targeted. One officer was shot right in front of his police station in California when someone opened fire on that building. I'm Tracy Potts, Local 4 News Today.
So troubling. Tracy, thank you. It is 6:39 and we want to get to the very latest on the coronavirus here in Michigan and across the country. Right now, the state of Michigan is reporting 171 new cases in the past 24 hours, bringing the total number of cases in the state to 59,278. Across the country, the number of confirmed cases has surpassed 2 million people, and about 21 states are now seeing increases in cases. Will Detroit Lions fans get to enjoy the football season? NFL football fans in general, because we want college, we want it all. There is some new hope.
Yeah, you want all the sports back.
Yeah,
a limited number of employees are back to work at the Lions practice facility and Ford Field. Now, this marks phase one of the Lions return to work plan. Players and coaches will continue to prepare for the season remotely. There's no date yet for a full return, though, but we can sit there and hope and wait anxiously.
New at 6:30.
Good morning, everybody. An important Help Me Hank scam alert coming up. Thousands of people losing big money all over the country and here in Metro Detroit. I'll tell you what these scammers are doing and how to protect yourself coming up.
But first, it was a historic night for NASCAR as it banned a controversial symbol following a push from the sports-only black driver.
Sky 4 Traffic is brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm.
It's the dawn of a new era, and we all want to celebrate the feeling of freedom and the laughter of family and friends. Hi, Mike Fallahy of Mary Grove Awnings. Now it's time to invest in your summer vacation right at home under the best retractable awning. Enjoy the beautiful sunrise and watch the sunsets from the comfort of your patio. Stay protected from the sun rays during the day, and then set the mood at night with our new integrated LED lights. We're open, we're installing, and we're offering $500 off, but you gotta call us now. 1-800-44-AWNING or visit us at marygrove.com.
People are suffering, and one thing we don't need is politicians who want to take away our health care. Listen to John James.
Our failure to repeal and replace Obamacare is the surest sign that we need someone who will go and work their tail off to remove this monstrosity.
James supported letting insurance companies discriminate against people with pre-existing conditions, even in the middle of a crisis. John James is wrong for Michigan. SMP is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Need a new high-efficiency furnace and AC system? Call now for the best prices of the season during our spring savings event. Right now, receive up to $2,100 in rebates on qualifying Carrier high-efficiency systems with many great financing options, starting at only $79 a month. Carrier, turn to the experts. CNC, one of Michigan's largest and most trusted heating and cooling companies for over 70 years. We have 40 trucks in Metro Detroit ready to serve you.
Call the red, white, and blue truck at 800 My Furnace. Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be signs that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil supports your daily digestive health using a special plant-based fiber called psyllium. Psyllium works by forming a gel in your digestive system to trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Metamucil's gelling action also helps to lower cholesterol and slows sugar absorption to promote healthy blood sugar levels. So start feeling lighter and more energetic by taking Metamucil every day.
We stayed home and we stayed apart. But most importantly, we just stayed. And our Suburban Collection family of 3,500 team members strong has had the honor of serving this community for the last 70 years. And now it's time to get back to work. Our service bays are open, our sales consultants are available online, and our showroom